What's up, people? Welcome back to FMall. It is me, your host Anwar, because who else would it be? Anyhow, if this is your first time here, FMall is on one hand a nod to the James Baldwin quote you saw on the intro. On the other hand, it is an acronym. It means 15 minutes or less. So we're going to talk about some stuff happening in the world here in Vegas or Nevada, where I live. Hopefully, I can make you a little bit smarter. Might even drop a hot take or two, but I will have you on your way in 15 minutes or less. So, now that we got that out of the way, let's get to it, shall we? So, we've got the Patriots and the Seahawks back in the Super Bowl. This is, if I recall correctly, the Seahawks' first time back in the Super Bowl since seeing the Patriots in, 2015? And so the Patriots haven't been back since 2019. So it should be an interesting game. Full disclosure, I have not followed either team closely enough to say where my money is. And I'm also not good enough with money to have enough to gamble. So, yeah, there is that. Here's hoping for a good game. Let's hope it's fun to watch. And there's that. I am looking forward to the halftime show. I have no problem admitting that. I have no fucks to give in regard to how you feel about the halftime show. So there is that. I know about 20% of Bad Bunny's lyrics, but that's all right. I'll be doing awful salsa the entire time, and my friends will be looking at me like, fuck is wrong with you? And I'll be looking at them like, y'all knew this when y'all invited me, so shut up. Zumba instructor, bitches. So it's been fun for me, at least, watching people bitch and moan and complain about the halftime show. They did the same shit when it was Jennifer Lopez and Shakira back in 2020. And regardless of how you feel about Jennifer Lopez or Shakira for that matter, it was an excellent halftime show. So many people were like, oh my God, I can't believe they were dressed like that. And it's like, bitch, the year before, Adam Levine took his motherfucking shirt off, and y'all ain't have shit to say about that. So keep that same energy and shut the fuck up. You got 20 whole minutes to go to the restroom or to get another beer or shit. Go cry in the car because Bad Bunny's performing. So fucking what? Who cares? Get over it. Deal with it. That stated, let's move on. We are joined by my co-host, Kilogram. Kilo, say hi to the people. Or not. But anyhow, the WNBA just released the 2026 schedule. On one hand, I'm excited. On the other hand, I'm waiting with bated breath because they still haven't gotten a new CBA done. And if that doesn't happen, then there is no season. And as much as I would love to watch the Aces run it back, because I think we're going to, all said and done, if they don't get a CBA done, then I easily side with the players. Pay them what you owe them and quit pissing us off. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, Aces in 5, bitch. I promise I will try not to talk about WNBA basketball anymore until the season starts. But since we're here, we're here. Let's pivot. Recently, the 1 year mark on Donald Trump's second term passed. It was January 20th. Let's look at the accomplishments that we've gotten to witness in the past year. The Gulf of Mexico has been changed to the Gulf of America, recognized only in America and only by a percentage of Americans. But yeah, we have that. We have that. It is not the Gulf of Mexico. It is the Gulf of America if you are in America talking to certain Americans. And I feel like we are not giving enough credit to that victory. Like motherfuckers out here talking about keep kids safe and oh my gosh, keep ICE out of schools. And I feel like a lot of you motherfuckers really need to focus on the victories and stop nitpicking. I am being fucking sarcastic. All of you know that. I feel like it is ridiculous that this man ran on affordability, and a whole bunch of us told you that that was bullshit. A bunch of us told you that was bullshit, but a bunch of you motherfuckers ran and said, oh, eggs. And eggs are still expensive as fuck. Groceries in general are still expensive as fuck. Gas is still expensive as fuck. Rent is still expensive as fuck. A whole bunch of you are never going to own houses. And that includes me. Problem is, I don't want to own a house. However, I don't want my rent to go through the fucking roof either. And at this point, both of those things are happening. I'm shut out of the housing market, and I'm bracing for my rent to go up. People's health insurance has gone the fuck up, or is going the fuck up. Children are no safer in schools. At this point, they're not even safe at home. But hey, we got the Gulf of America. We are so back. Three more years, y'all. Buckle up. And we can pivot for just a second. I want to talk about what's happening in Minnesota. It's been a while since I saw all of you. A lot of things have happened since then. Most recently, I had the opportunity to go to Atlanta. So not only did I get to do some stand-up, but I was there for a conference around gun violence prevention. And one of the attendees was visiting from Minnesota. And listening to her talk about the terror and the fear that so many people are feeling there right now was heartbreaking. I really was. I don't really know how I want to say this, because it's heartbreaking, but it's angering at the same time. I find myself trying to measure my words, but you know what? Fuck it. We're here, so we're going to talk about it. Because here's the reality. A lot of people talking about how afraid they are, and I get it. I really do. But people who look like me, you wonder why we're extremely angry right now? It's because we told you this shit would happen. And fuck election 2024. Fuck that. Fuck that. We can talk about that later or in another episode. In fact, we probably will. But see, we told you about this shit back in 2012. When America collectively said it was okay for a black kid walking home from the store to get stalked and murdered because it must be his fault. And we're not even talking about law enforcement. George Zimmerman was on the fucking neighborhood watch. He wasn't even a real cop. But you couldn't wait to demonize that little boy. Fast forward a couple of years, you had Michael Brown. You had Eric Garner. And when we shouted, Black Lives Matter, and when we told you it meant stop killing us, your reply was, all lives matter. Or, well, maybe they should have just complied. And then, a few years later, you had Alton Sterling and Philando Castile. Remember, Philando Castile died because he had a wide nose. Fuck you and your cringe. If you go back and look, they pulled him over because they suspected him in a robbery because the suspect had a wide nose. It was not Philando Castile. Castile did everything he was supposed to do, and they shot him anyway. And we said, stop killing us. And y'all said, well, black on black crime. And then Tatiana Jefferson with her nephew, somebody made a wellness check. The cop showed up and shot her through the fucking window. And you had reasons and excuses for that. We watched a man kneel on George Floyd's neck for 9.5 minutes. Some of you cried. Some of you said, oh my goodness. But the second you got a chance to blame it on fentanyl, that's the route you took. The reality is we never asked for any of you. We never asked for any of you to change the Aunt Jemima label or the Uncle Ben's label or any of that shit. We didn't ask for you to paint anything at the end zone for the NFL. We didn't ask for you to paint the fucking streets. We didn't ask you for any of that. We asked for justice. And you kept telling us it was all in our head. It wasn't that bad. And now, look at what's happening. It's almost like Eminem said in his song, The Way I Am. Look where it's at. Middle America. Now it's a tragedy. Now it's so sad to see an upper classity having this happening. And then you had the episode where the fucking neo-Nazi dude was talking shit and was getting the shit, get the shit beat out of him. And some black people saved him. And then folks were like, oh, maybe now they'll see the humanity. And I need you to know something. If saving your life is what it takes for you to see my humanity, let me be the first to tell you, I am more than happy, more than ready, willing, and able to let you die thinking I'm an animal. Fuck you. I'm almost at time. I told y'all I wasn't going to keep y'all longer than 15 minutes. I wish I had some nice stuff to say, but I don't. So at this point, I'm going to remind y'all, follow Nevada Megaphone, because we got plenty shit to talk about when it comes to Joe Lombardo. Speaking of Joe Lombardo, be sure to check out www.whereislombardo.com. Till next time, remember, drink your water, brush your tongue, watch your goddamn mouth. I'm Anwar. I'll see y'all next week.